Hey, what's up, guys? It's Randall from OddsJam back with you today to do some more plus EV betting and hopefully continue winning bets for you as well as myself. Be sure to check out the description below. Take advantage of all of these sportsbook sign up offers that are listed below. Super Bowl is right around the corner. Take advantage of those sign up offers. Bet the Bengals to beat the Rams and take full advantage of those sign up offers. If you've got any questions, you can email me, Randall at oddsjam.com, DM me on Twitter at RandallKBets. So going to go ahead and get started today. We'll see what's out there as far as plus EV betting goes. Looking here at the bet tracker yesterday, I got on, made some bets here prior to these games starting. Ended up going 1-2. We lost Deebo Samuel under. He had the long touchdown there at the beginning of the game, but we cashed the under 23. And then also, if you bet the Bengals, I told you to bet them plus 7.5 yesterday. You ended up with a winner there as well. And then 49ers plus 3.5. So didn't put those in our bet tracker. They weren't on the plus EV page, but two plays. If you tailed along, you hopefully made some money. So we'll hop over here to the positive EV page for today. Going to go ahead and turn player props off for now. For those of you that are looking for player props, tune in at 5 Eastern. Matt will be here to give you some player props in the NBA for tonight. So we'll just take a look and see what is out there for tonight as far as betting goes. Pretty small slate. Again, Mondays are usually pretty smaller schools going at it. But we can just take a look here and see if there's any value. I haven't yet received the ratings from Kenny White. I've been using those on the stream, so do not have those today, so we'll not be able to compare totals. So I'll probably stay away from some of those. But it looks like if you're looking for a total here tonight, the very first one, Northern Colorado, Portland State, under 151, 24-cent difference here in the market with. You can click into that. Again, we can change our state, let's say New Jersey, and we can take a look at all of these sports books. We can see what the line is at all of the books. Let's see, let me go back. I've already forgotten what the number was. 151. So we can see what the books have, or what all of these other books have. It looks like under 151's minus 110. You see it's minus 125 on Fox Bet, minus 124. You can see that the under at Barstool's juiced to the under, minus 117. Minus 117 on these other books. It looks like it's minus 130 over at PointsBet. So there does seem to be a little bit of value here on this particular under. Eventually, we will have bookmaker in these other sharper books. If you have the platinum plan, you'll be able to compare that for college basketball. So that will be huge, 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 huge whenever it comes to picking those games whenever you're looking at college basketball. We've got 3 videos out today. Best bets of the day in hockey, best bet in the NBA, and a best bet in college basketball. So be sure to check those out. Actually, I see one here, this over 7.5 in the Blue Jackets Panthers. I know Bob was on this game earlier. Be sure to check that out, see where he's at on this particular game. These videos are pretty short for the pick of the day, a couple minutes long, so you can check those out. Make a profitable bet. It looks like the under 6 here in the Blackhawks Canucks game has a little bit of value, 18-cent difference here in the market with Vermont Albany over under 130.5, 23-cent difference there in the market with. Let's go ahead and we'll refresh this page, see if anything else pops up. Not seeing a whole lot. We can look at this game, Maine, Hartford. It looks like Fox Bet plus 6.5. So we can just look at ESPN. Just as a comparison, it looks like 6 is the number. So if you're interested there, you have Fox Bet, Maine plus 6.5. Definitely looks like a solid bet. Not Northern Colorado, under 151. Again, 3% expected value. I'll go ahead and bet that just because I do want to make some bets here on the live stream to show you that we do actually bet these. Again, if you're new today, betting these for smaller amounts, you can see here on the bet tracker, all of these are relatively small bets, 15, 25, trying to show you that you can make money long-term, even if you're a smaller bettor. Had a profitable first week, had a rough second week, and a little bit of profit last week. Not a whole lot, $3.41. But nonetheless, we will continue going on. This is a long-term game. If you cannot handle losing, this is not for you. There will be ups, there will be downs. So Portland State, Northern Colorado, under 151, minus 110. Top back over here. We can check that. Northern Colorado under 151 minus 110, 24-cent difference in the market. The other books are juiced to the under 150 and a half. So I do like that. I would like to be able to see a score here with Kenny. So we'll just throw 15 on that one. We can go ahead and place that bet. Would like to be able to compare those lines with his ratings. Not required, but just something that I like to do when betting these smaller market games, just to kind of see what else is out there, or at least what he has to say about it. Pacific plus 13 against Santa Clara. We can check that here on ESPN. So it looks like Santa Clara minus 19. If you're looking at ESPN, again, ESPN is not saying ESPN's better than Pinnacle, just something I always like to look at whenever I'm betting these smaller market games. So continuing to scroll here, Vermont, Albany over 130 and a half, just about 2% expected value. We can look into this one and see. Looks like 130 and a half is the number here. It's 128 at Pinnacle, 135 on PointsBet, 110 at PointsBet on the 131 and a half. So I mean, we're getting almost a point of value here. I do like that. Let's go ahead and we'll bet that one as well. Over 130 and a half. Get this off the screen. We'll throw 15 on that one. Let's just double check that it is still a play, because it is a pretty small expected value play here. It's not a lot. It's 2%. So we'll change this. Should be DraftKings. So we threw 15 on that, which actually need to hop over to my bet tracker. I think I had two of these bets here that I clicked on Betway. I need to change those. That should be DraftKings. Also, for those of you that are wondering about the bet tracker, we are working to get that to where it will grade those automatically for you. Does appear to be coming very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'm just fixing these here. My OCD is kicking in. I'm not betting these on Betway. I'm betting them on DraftKings. So I want to make sure that they're accurate. So it looks like those are all the same. So back over to the Plus EV page, we can see what else is out there. I'll take a look here in just a second. We'll look at the Super Bowl. We'll see if there's some odds up for that. See if there's anything out there early on as far as value goes. I can tell you I do like the Bengals personally, plus the 4 and on the money line. So we'll see what happens there. See if there's any value. Not seeing anything here. It looks like Albany plus 16 and a half has some value. Minus 110 on MGM. We can see. Looks like they make that about 15. ESPN does. So maybe there's some value here. 18-cent difference in the market. Pretty tight market. So maybe Albany plus 16 and a half is worth a look. I can't bet that on BetMGM here in Illinois. Hopefully that changes. Looks like West Virginia plus 14, 16-cent difference in the market. I actually kind of liked Baylor a little bit in this game. And I mean, only 1.2% of expected value. So not a lot there. That probably goes negative EV at some point, with it only being 1%. But Always like to bet hockey. I'm not sure why. Love betting unders, under 6 goals in the Capitals Penguins. That's tomorrow at 6. So I'm going to hold off on that because it is lower expected value and the game's not until tomorrow. Pacers Clippers here. We can take a look. 14-cent difference here in the market with, let's see, that's at Circa. So I guess if you are in Colorado, maybe that's actually moved now. Now it's 222. So, I mean, just like that, moved a half a point, 12-cent difference in the market there. Let me see if that's the actual Circa or if that's showing up on the Circa that's out in Vegas. Let's double check this here in Colorado and see what we have. So actually, yeah, I guess that looks like that play is maybe it was 222. Not seeing that pop up, so that must be the Circa in Vegas, which obviously, if you're tuning in here, you're probably not able to bet. Looking here, we'll just stay in Colorado. Some different books out there that do exist. We bet this Vermont Albany over already. There's a game tomorrow. Let's see here. Not a lot out here. I mean, you look at this page here, the college basketball slate's pretty weak. A lot of garbage games. Not a lot of value out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Super Bowl. We'll see if there's odds up for that. So click into this. We can just compare the odds. Again, having the Sharp sports books to compare. You can see here that Bookmaker makes the Rams minus 210. Bet Online minus 192, Pinnacle minus 192. So Bookmaker a little bit higher on the Rams. They're also giving you the best number on the Bengals, plus 176. If you look at the point spread, we can see where that line kind of falls here. Looks like Bookmaker plus 4 on the Bengals, minus 114. Do like that. Got one book here at 4.5. So Caesars has moved to 4.5. Superbooks at 110. Bet Online again minus 112, minus 108. But Bookmaker is juiced to the plus 4 there, indicating that they may be moving to plus 3.5 at some point. So if you can get plus 4 at any of these books, I mean, maybe a good number here to take if you think that there's some value when comparing Bookmaker. To me, there's really no point to bet the Super Bowl right now with COVID, and who knows what else can happen between now and a couple of weeks. So we'll wait on that and see. I think you'll be able to get the Bengals plus 4 for most of the time, and I really doubt it matters. So let's see. Here we go. Here, Blackhawks Canucks. 18-cent difference here in the market with under 5 goals, plus 190 on MGM, 3% of expected value. That looks like a pretty solid bet. We can look at the market and just see. I mean, obviously, most of these are going to be 5.5. That definitely seems to be the trend. But I mean, you can see here, Bookmakers pretty well even, minus 112, minus 108. Bet Online pretty well even. So I mean, this under 5 looks like a pretty solid bet. I mean, you can see it's definitely the outlier. 165 on DraftKings, 185 on Caesars, 180 on Barstool. It's got a tight market, maybe worth a look. Let's see here. Let's see, 3.8% here on this, over 221.5. Pacers Clippers, 14-cent difference in the market with. Like this play a lot. If you can get down on this, it's below that 15 to 25 range, which is normally where I will bet a little bit more. And you are getting almost 4% of expected value. 221.5, I believe, is what we were getting that at. Yeah, 221.5 minus 110 on Superbook. I thought there was another book. I guess if you have Superbook in Arizona, or New Jersey, you would be able to get that. But I mean, you can see here, again, being able to compare these other sharp books. Over 222 is what Bookmaker has it. So you can kind of compare that. You can see it looks like Bet Online is 222 as well. A couple books 223. DraftKings Circa is 223, but it's juiced to the under. So that does seem to be a good play. MGM. So actually now it's moved. Now Westgate's the only one offering that 221.5. So, I mean, you can see just like that. I mean, these are moving real time while we are, placing these bets. Here's one here. We locked this one in under 151. It was only, I believe, right around 2% of expected value. Now it's 5.4. So we caught the right side on that one. It's definitely trending towards where we would like to see it go. I would assume the books here, DraftKings, where we bet it, will be moving that line very, very soon, probably to 151.5, or I'm sorry, actually probably to 150.5. We are on the under in that one. I do want to show you guys, we'll do one last refresh here, see if anything new pops up. I do want to show you, I do have a free bet on DraftKings. I may not be able to convert it just because it's a slow day, but I do want to show you guys how to do that. So, oh shoot, whoops. Let's see here if that's showing up. Okay. We added that. We just didn't bet it. Okay. Let's bet that. Glad we came back and looked at that. Thought we bet it and forgot to hit it. So I do have a free bet here on DraftKings. It's $100 free bet. So I'm going to show you just how you can turn that into cash if you want to. I probably will hold off. I think that bet expires here in 5 or 6 days. But if you go to the low holds page on DraftKings, you can sort this and you can click on DraftKings, and then you can find an opportunity to turn this into cash. So you can sort by hold percentage or you can sort by conversion. So, I mean, obviously I want to do it by conversion. And you can see here, player goals, not going to mess with that. I don't have Circa. So just kind of scrolling here, you can see if I wanted to today, I mean, I could bet over 2.5 sets with my $100 free bet. And then what you basically do is you just click the calculator, you put your free play amount. So I bet 100 on the over 2.5. I bet 281 on the under 2.5. And you can see I'm going to make a risk-free $68. So you can check this throughout the day. I mean, I've found normally in the mornings you can get the higher conversion percentage, but a lot of that just depends on the book. I mean, if you click MGM, you'll see MGM offers much different bets than DraftKings does. I mean, you can see here's an 86% conversion. Of course, this is with Pinnacle, so you'd have to scroll here. But I mean, here's one 75% conversion rate if you've got MGM and PointsBet. Again, mention this constantly. Sports books are important. The number of sports books that you have is important. The more you have, as you can see, the better opportunities you're going to have, the more money you can make. All of those things fall into you being a successful sports bettor, making money betting on sports. So, just showing you here, that's how you convert a risk-free bet. I'm sorry, not a risk-free bet. Let me reiterate myself. Not a risk-free bet. That's how you convert a free bet. So if you do a risk-free bet and it loses, then you would come here. So I'm going to hold off on this DraftKings one. I probably will actually end up throwing it on the Bengals plus 160. We'll see what the odds are, though. I do want to see what shakes out, see what happens throughout the next couple of weeks. I mean, you can see they've already got some props here up for the Super Bowl. That's next year's Super Bowl. They've got the touchdown scorers. I will say Tyler Boyd plus 275. Fantasy model does like him. I was looking at that late last night. Also likes P. Ryan. Maybe I throw the $100 free bet on one of these two guys. So you can look here. I mean, they've already got some stuff up. I mean, they've got passing props, rushing props already up, player parlays, different things, quarters, halves. I mean, this will really take off as the game gets closer. There will be tons of things that you can bet. Bengals total touchdowns under 2.5. Kind of like the over there. That seems pretty easy. So yeah, we'll see what becomes of this week and heading into the Super Bowl next weekend. Look here, one last look at the Plus EV page. I'll go ahead and turn player props on before I wrap this up. Going on about 20 minutes. I try to keep these live streams within the 20 to 30 minute range. I want to turn player props on so we can flip that. Positive EV. So, I mean, you can see here Curry over 24.5 points. 35-cent difference here in the market with -104 on FanDuel. I know Matt likes to look for anything 7% and above when he's doing player props. I know he does bet some 5% player props, so you can do those as well. But plenty of opportunities here with player props. Just real quick, market with. Always talk about it on this on these live streams. Talk a lot about it whenever people send me emails. -139 plus 104. That is a 35-cent difference in the market with. -120, -111. That is a 31-cent difference. Okay, it's not 9 since they're both the favorite. I've been trying to think of ways to explain this the easiest. I guess you could just ignore the one there for 120, 111, and then just add the next two numbers. So 20 and 11 is 31, 22 and 9 is 31, 23 and 8 is 31. We're getting a lot of 31s here. 21 and 9 would be 30. So again, just trying to show you guys market width is important. Looks like here, Vermont Albany still a play. So you look at your bet tracker, you can see it is giving us what the closing line is, or where it's at right now. If we turn on our alerts, which I do have them on, you can get closing line value notifications if this bet becomes worse than what we actually took it at. So, I mean, yesterday I got an alert that the under 23 was no longer good, and I got an alert that Debo was no longer good as well. They came within probably about 3 minutes. Obviously couldn't cash out the player prop on FanDuel. Decided to let the under 23 ride. I did like this bet. I mean, you can see -103 versus -105. Not like we took a terrible number. This ended up hitting. This one did not. So 1-1 there. But that's, I mean, having that on is huge. You can be notified when there's a huge move. Maybe you decide to cash out. Maybe you decide to let it ride. That is totally up to you as the sports bettor. So again, not a lot out there today. Pretty slow day. Saturday mornings, I was on Saturday. There were a ton of opportunities here on the Plus EV page. You could scroll for days. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Email me, Randall@oddsjam.com. DM me on Twitter @RandallKBets. Here to help you make money. Here to make you a profitable sports bettor. Again, reach out to me if you have suggestions, if you have questions, whatever it is, reach out. Here to help you. Be sure to take advantage of all of those sportsbook bonuses in your state. As Alex says constantly, these bonuses are not going to be around forever. So take advantage of them now while they're out there. Build your bankroll. Get ready for the Super Bowl. Get ready for March Madness. Get ready to make some money. Thanks, guys.